blasphemy of the Holy Spirit a day ago, and I sent him an old sermon that I did years ago out at Turtle Beach. But blasphemy of the Holy Spirit has two meanings or two significations from the Gospels. The first one is, if you take where it's relayed in Matthew and you take it where it's relayed in Luke, you can get two different concepts of it. I think it's in Matthew where the people saw Christ. They saw his work and they attributed it to Beelzebub. By attributing the work of God to Beelzebub, which is, the prince of the demons, by doing that, then it is ascribing God's work to the devil. And that is blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. He said any word against the Son of Man will be forgiven, but any, how does it go? Something against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven. Okay, they are ascribing the work of God to the devil, basically. Okay, that's unforgivable. That cannot happen to any person today. Tell me why. Christ, that's right. Christ is not here. He died, he resurrected, he is gone. That can't happen today because he's not here. We can't evidently see him doing these things. All we have is the written record of what he did. The other aspect of blasphemy of the Holy Spirit would be to reject Christ's work, okay? And that would be an ongoing rejection of Christ's work. That can happen today. But it is only so far as your last breath. You can reject Christ's work all of your life, and you can say, I don't accept Jesus. I don't accept Jesus. And you get to your final day in your hospital bed, and you say, you know what? I believe that Jesus died for my sins. I've been fighting him my whole life, but you know what? I'm sure that's not blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. That is accepting of the work of Christ, and it is pleasing to God. If you die in your last breath still rejecting Christ, I'll give you an example of that I heard. My mom told me that she heard a talk by Stalin's daughter. I don't know if she did it in English or if it was translated or what, but Stalin's daughter said that Stalin just hated God, okay? And he was finally on his deathbed, and there he is, getting ready to punch his final ticket, and he raised himself up from the bed, and he shook himself at God, and he said something like, I have nothing to do with you. And then he died. That's blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, because he has rejected the only possible means of being saved by God. It's through the blood of Christ. Now, I may have gotten that story wrong. I heard it years and years ago, but it was basically that. And apparently she was a Christian, but he was not. And she was telling how he fought to the very end and just said, I want nothing to do with you. So, bad stuff. Okay, 2:19.